There are two very important different ways of selling your business. Either you sell the whole business, the shares in your business 100%, which is called a share sale, which is sometimes referred to as a lock, stock and barrel sale. That means that all the shares of a limited company that are registered at Companies House are sold to another party, and you're running the ship one day and they're running the ship the next day, and all the assets that are owned by that company are transferred to the buyer. The other way of selling your business is an asset sale. And that is that you sell assets that you own. Now, it might be a limited company that owns the assets, or it might be a partnership or a sole trader. In that way, there's no shares to be sold. You're simply selling something the company owns or your business owns. Yeah, I could give you an analogy. They're selling the boardroom table and chairs. That's an asset that you're selling that has a value. And in the same way, you might sell the goodwill of your business, the portfolio of your business, the things that you use to operate your business, equipment, machinery, and so on. So an asset sale is just simply the disposal of something that you own, as you would any other part of your ownership, your car, your boardroom table, as I said, and so on. However, when you do consider the way to sell your business, there are implications in costs, and there are implications to the buyer and seller. Any seller is going to want a share sale because he has tax advantages from doing that. Any buyer is going to want an asset sale, generally speaking, because he doesn't want to take on the legacy liabilities of a limited company. For example, if a limited company is sold in lock, stock and barrel, 100% of the shares, as I've said, and you didn't pay the tax man last year, or you didn't pay a supplier last year, the person who bought the business just bought the problem. So that's why it's a lot more risky for somebody to buy a share sale. And to be honest with you, it's a lot harder to raise finance to do that if they need to do that. However, with an asset sale, you simply transfer the asset. No liabilities come with it. You simply have it to use in your business and your operation in the future. So there are two principal ways of selling your business, asset or share sale, and they both have pros and cons and advantages for seller and buyer.